What happens when we get stressed? Our entire body is affected. Can you think of few? Where does it hurt when you get stressed? How do you feel? How do you feel when you go to the store to return a shirt that doesn't fit you and they refuse to give you a refund? You feel flushed, your heart starts pounding, your hands get sweaty, your breathing changes, your blood pressure goes up. Your body has detected danger. The danger of losing $50 on a shirt that doesn't fit. But seriously, stress varies in intensity, and how stressed we get differs from person to person. Let's say your ex-husband promised to take the kids over last weekend, but he didn't show up. Actually, he went on a trip with his new girlfriend and just didn't bother to call to let you know. You are furious. You've been furious for 5 days. During these 5 days that you've been angry, stressed, frustrated, anxious and all, your body has suffered. The lack of sleep has given you headaches, heartburns, indigestion, hot flashes. You are in a bad mood, depressed. You were supposed to get your period 2 days ago, but after this incident, you're late. It's like a domino effect. One thing happens that leads to another, and then another, and another, and then it turns to something else, and so on and so on. The stress response, however, can be detrimental to your health if it keeps firing far longer than it is necessary for your survival. If it gets too intense, that you feel out of control, that's not different from trauma. Furthermore, chronic stress can contribute to behaviors such as overeating or eating insufficiently, drinking or abusing drugs, as well as withdrawing from social activities. Well, that's textbook knowledge. So, to put everything in context, stress affects your, number one, nervous system. So in order to respond to a threat, your central nervous system will activate the fight or flight response mechanism. During times of stress, your brain releases adrenaline and cortisol through the hypothalamus. But when the stress levels don't go down, your body is in constant alert, exhausting all of its ammunitions, and that's how you become drained, both mentally and physically. Number two, your heart and lungs. In my case, I suffer from asthma, and when I get too stressed, I find it really difficult to breathe. So when you're stressed, you breathe faster in order to circulate oxygen-rich blood faster, and that'll strain your lungs and heart. When you overwork your heart, it'll pump too much blood and collapse. Number three, we've got your stomach, your tummy. Just like everything that happens to our bodies when under stress, we start secreting too much of this or that, and the same thing goes for our stomach. When your liver, for instance, detects you're under stress, it starts pumping out a lot of blood sugar, hoping it'll give you an extra push or extra strength to fight the threat. So it's not a surprise that too much stress leads to too much liver secreted sugar, and obviously too much sugar means diabetes. All the rapid breathing, tension all over the body can upset your stomach. We can feel nauseous or suffer from heartburn. Apart from these three major systems, our muscles can tense up. You feel nuts or pain or tender, painful spots all over the body. So it's important to relieve the symptoms of stress by taking an aspirin to get rid of the headache, or Tums for your heartburn, I guess. But these symptoms are just messages from your body telling you that something is wrong. and that there's a stressor triggering all these symptoms. So that's why we need to find the root cause of these symptoms. So none of these symptoms bother us again. Also, at the same time, we should strengthen our mind so we can better cope with this stress in our lives. In our next video, we'll wrap up the first section with few activities that can help you tackle the reason, the root cause of your stress. It's not mandatory, but I do recommend those very useful worksheets.